Mr. Primetime.
To my quarterback, Mike White.
A victory Monday that none of us anticipated, expected, especially the way it went down and the aftermath of what we saw yesterday is just completely remarkable. So, good evening, everybody.
I'm still semi-speechless. I mean, 20 years since we've had a 400-yard quarterback, and we get it in his first start. Insane.
Wild, man. So before we get started, we're on Facebook, Let's Talk Jets Radio. Tyrone's a part of that. Instagram and Twitter, @TalkJetsRadio. Thank you to everybody who's been watching our videos and commenting, giving us feedback. I'm not going to lie, Primetime. I actually missed our live stream yesterday. Like, it was fun being at the stadium. Like, I had a blast, dude. But, like, you almost missed the whole, like, live stream, the interactions, and all the chaos.
I can only imagine what the chat would have been like during that comeback. Or even during the third quarter when the Jets were in it. Or the first quarter when they put up points for the first time all year. Or a touchdown first time all year.
So many crazy things we're going to discuss it all. Tyrone may be joining us late. He's a little busy at work. So what's up, everybody? It's great to see everybody. It is a victory Monday, and there is so much to be happy about, so much to be excited about. What's up, Jonathan? Thank you. What's up? Got Snoopy. We got a full crowd here tonight, Primetime. We got all our favorites in here. We got Balls in here, Anthony. Yeah, everybody's excited. What's up, Matt, Brian? It is a lot to discuss. So I guess, Primetime, what we could do is, it's funny because, you always get these people on Twitter like, bro, I told you. And I'm like, nobody expected this out of Mike White yesterday. So we go to the stadium and we go there and it's a ghost town. Stadium is probably half full. A lot of Bengals fans, which we kind of anticipated. And Jet fans are kind of like, I don't think I really expected much yesterday. Like, you go in there like, you know what? Just don't embarrass ourselves. Let's be competitive. Just show us something. Give us anything but losing by 30. You know what I mean? That was kind of, especially coming off the Patriot game, right? Like, you and me both, that we sat down, we're like, oh, please just don't, let's not go through one of these other same old Jets kind of games. And they come out. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, what's even crazier is that you just said it. I mean, the building was half full. There was probably, we were looking in the upper deck. There was maybe 10% of the building filled in the upper deck. Mezzanine wasn't much better. The lower level was pretty full. But again, it was probably 30,000 people tops in that building. Yeah. Yet somehow, once Mike White had that offense going, you get the opening drive touchdown. Suddenly that place became alive. And, the 30,000 people that were there on Halloween when the team's, 1-5, those are the true diehards that are going there. So, those fans were fired up yesterday, the ones that actually showed up. So they turned that into a fun atmosphere.
And much respect to Fireman Ed, Scott, Jetman.
Whole game they were going.
They were trying to get the chance going. And I'll be honest with you, that first quarter, I was like, I'm not really going to do chance. Like, I'm not kidding. And then as the game goes on, you're like, dude, how? And like that third and fourth quarter, we were going nuts. And it was so cool to, like, dude, this is the kind of game we've been dying for. We were desperate for it. Like, young, exciting players making plays. The game was super competitive. You're seeing a lot of positive things. And you're like, wow, this is all we've been asking for. Right? Like, week after week, like, please just show us progress, show us something we can build, take our hat and say, listen, we have a rhyme or reason on this team. There's some kind of direction or some kind of blueprint. And they did it yesterday.
Yeah. And I remember too, I think I said it in my video, there's probably about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I remember you looked over and you said to me, it was 31-20. You're like, this is the kind of game we signed up for. They were competitive. They put up points. They battled. They competed. That's what we signed up for. There wasn't going to be any negative videos if the Jets would have lost that or, if they would have crumbled in the end. They fought for 4 quarters. They gave you an effort. They showed you a little something. LaFleur showed you something. So you take that and you go with it. That's all we've been asking for. A little bit of progress.
Especially with a quarterback in his first NFL start. Even if we would have lost 31-28, like, you know what, man? This is I was happy. You walked away satisfied. Like, you know what? This is and like all the young contributing players. So, that was the stadium environment. Third and fourth quarter place was rocking, man. It was like, man, like, it just felt good. Like, for the first time in probably, 3 or 4 years, I left the Jet game like, you know what? I'm proud of my team. And it was like money well spent. Like, you know what? This was worth it today. Like, it was worth, of course, when you leave MetLife, it's never easy. I don't understand why they make leaving the building so hard or leaving the parking lot so hard, but that's what MetLife is known for at this point. But like, you felt like, you invested your day into it and you felt good about it and you got a return on your investment. Like, you felt like, wow, like, you were legitimately excited. And I listened to on the way home, I'm like, you know what? Let me check out sports radio and see what's going on. ESPN radio was phenomenal. And the clown on WFAN, bro, I put on, he's talking Yankees bullpen. I'm like, the Jets had the most exciting victory they probably had in 5 years. And this clown's talking about the Yankees. And I'm like, whatever, dude. But like, the fans are pumped up. So Where do we start, Primetime? You want to start with the coordinator or do you want to start with the quarterback?
Start with the coordinator because he deserves a little bit of respect for this one. And I think we've been shitting on him a little bit too much.
The biggest change, which we'll talk about, is he went in the booth. And, the biggest story
was that. You want to start with why he went into the booth?
Let's start with that.
Did you hear what Mike LaFleur said? Or, sorry, Mike White said?
Nope. Tell me.
Saleh said it in the press conference afterward. Mike White said, I don't need him. I don't need him there. Go in the booth. He told LaFleur to go up in the booth, that he was going to be fine without him.
Well, and that was where, Zach Wilson said he felt more comfortable with LaFleur on the field. He goes up in the booth. How much of a difference that makes, I'm not necessarily sure. For me personally, just as a dumb fan, when we're as low as we were yesterday, you see certain things. When you're in the mezzanine or higher up, you see so much more developed. You can see the plays developed in scheme. So it's got to help the coordinators there. But with that being said, his game plan was well scripted, which we've been writing him for. Like, if we're going to be fair, like, we rip him when he does a lot of stupid things. We've got to give him credit for the scripted plays because they were aggressive, man. They came out throwing the ball, which shocked both of us. Well, first of all, they took the ball to start the game, which shocked us. But they came out and throw. And they said, you know what, Mike White, it's your first NFL start. We feel comfortable you throwing the ball, throw it. Now, he wasn't airing it out. It wasn't air White. It was a lot of shorter throws, but he was making a lot of smart plays. Dude, they're doing trick plays, end arounds. That it's almost like they learned from the Patriots. To be honest, I think I told you that yesterday. I'm like, dude, some of these plays we saw last week, but dude, it was exciting. Like, we couldn't call the plays. Like, in weeks past, we were watching the plays like, oh, running play, here comes Wesco, here comes that, right? Unpredictable, well scripted, and aggressive.
Yeah, there were a number of times I looked over you 1st and 10. I thought we were running the ball. They let Mike White rip it, man, and that's what you got to do. I think defensively they were kind of expecting a game plan where it was going to be centered around the run, and we let Mike White throw it 45 times. I did not see that. No way did I see that. And like you said, it wasn't anything deep. They weren't taking a ton of deep shots. I think the one they did, he overthrew it to Elijah Moore,
and he was open.
Yeah, exactly. But the stuff underneath, it was there. He took it. Nothing stupid. The 2 interceptions, you really can't even blame on him. One hits Michael Carter in the face. The other one was off some fingertips. So
Crowder
played a smart game. And when you look at it, he had 45 pass attempts, and there was 3 legitimate incompletions. He had the Keelan Cole one, which could have been caught. The Denzel Mims one in the end zone could have been caught. I mean, he played a
Denzel Mims in the end zone was Josh Johnson.
Oh, you're right. Right.
But I mean, you look at it, but this, if we're being completely honest, though, the offense we saw yesterday was what we thought we were getting coming into week 1. Schemed guys open, kept guys off balance, got the ball in the hands of your playmakers in space and let them make plays. Because a lot of those passes were short passes, but they were making moves. Like Michael Carter was phenomenal yesterday, but like they got the ball in their hands, go get it, go get your first down, go make your plays, go make your splash plays. And it was fun to watch. He was like, wow, and the defense was off balance.
Now, that's where I wonder, was it really LaFleur changing things up like crazy, or was it just Mike White executing the game plan, getting the ball out quick, knowing who was open, knowing the checkdowns were going to be there? I mean, how much really changed versus just the quarterback changing and knowing what to do with the ball? That's what I'm curious about.
And that's the excellent point. And I think that's the difference right now between Mike White and Zach Wilson. I think Mike White saw what was in front of him. He's like, you know what? I don't need to force it. I'm going to take what they're giving me because they're giving me all these short passes instead of going downfield. Where Zach, I think, felt pressure, get the ball, pushing it, forcing throws, getting it downfield. And this is without Corey Davis yesterday. So, and I think, and to be completely honest, I think over the last couple of weeks, Zach Wilson got a little bit, he was just lost, man. He was in like swimming a little bit, wasn't trusting his eyes, wasn't trusting his arm, didn't know what was going on. And Mike White seemed composed. He seemed confident. He seemed to know where the ball was going. You'd get rid of it quick as hell, dude. Like his reads were like, 2 seconds, getting the ball out of his hands, which is exactly what you want. And, so I give credit to LaFleur, man. He called a good game. The play calling was phenomenal. He stayed aggressive. They went for it. I mean, it was great. And then you go to Mike White and, dude, this is probably one of the best quarterback performances I've seen in a decade, dude. Like, this is better than anything Darnold's shown us. This is better than, I mean, seriously, if we're being honest.
This wasn't just, a 230-yard performance, squeak by, get a victory. He actually led a double-digit comeback performance in a 400-yard game where he had an 80+% completion percentage. Because he was that good, because he ran away with the opportunity he was given, you can't just hand the job back to Wilson. You'd be setting him up to fail. All right, White already had the Mike White chance going. Zach Wilson was booted out of the stadium his second game. You throw him back in there while the offense is playing well, you're setting this kid up to fail. At this point, with how well that Mike White played, you have to give him at least 2 more starts, I think.
Well, I think they're going to anyway. I mean, they've already said they.
Oh, yeah, you're giving him Thursday, but I'm saying if Thursday's bad on short rest,
Well,
I don't think you just pull the plug on it right
Well,
there.
they've already. Salah was smart, dude. He already said.
Yeah.
Well, no, he already said. Well, you know what? Our goal is, even if we can get Zach Wilson to practice the week of the Bills game, so they're already buying time, dude. But to me, it's like obviously Mike White's going to play Thursday night. I mean, I don't care about Joe Flacco whatsoever. If they could trade him tomorrow, trade him, get him out of here. Josh Johnson is more than serviceable, which we thought that to begin with. But Mike White played phenomenal, dude. It was just he had full command. And the thing that was most interesting to me, if we're being completely transparent, the players all bought in, dude. And they seem to love this kid.
They
were
fired up. Yep.
They were fired up. They're running around. And when Mike White got hurt, everybody was like, get him. Like everybody's watching the tent. But the players legitimately were like running up to him, and like they kind of they bought into his emotion, man. Like you can see the touchdown pass. He's doing all this stuff and all revved up, and like
fed off his energy.
And even after the game, you see like the tweets from these guys, like Shaq Lawson and everybody were like, dude, this kid's a dog. This guy's one of our guys.
Moore called him God.
But I mean, like, dude, Ty Johnson was a big proponent of him going into the game. So this kid's a player, man. So you have all those things. He plays well. So you go from the quarterback to the offensive line. And again, we criticize the shit out of these guys often. And again, what people don't understand is when the team plays bad, we're going to call them out on it. When they play good, we give them credit for it. It's not like, like the one guy's like, dude, you guys are waffling. No, they lost by 41 last week. Today or yesterday, they won. So things change. So offensive line played very well. Greg Van Roten, we had the one play which we looked terrible on, but he played much better. The line played better. And then even when George Fant went out, I looked at you. I'm like, oh my God, we're doomed. Like Adoga's going to come in and just get manhandled. And that didn't happen, dude. Like they played much better than they have in the past.
Which is crazy, again, considering the circumstance. I know the Bengals aren't anything special on defense, nothing crazy as far as pass rushers go. But I mean, Trey Hendrickson, he's pretty fucking good. So yeah, credit to Adoga, credit to Elijah Vera Tucker. There was one play I saw where he handled like 2 guys at once coming off a blitz. I think it was on the touchdown actually to Berrios. Yeah, so great job all around for the O-line. And again, like I said this in my video, between the offensive line and the wide receivers, like they're all coming out of this game looking good, right? The offensive line, we're not criticizing anybody. The receivers, they all got their stats, they all got their numbers. All the more reason why you got to stick with the hot hand. You'd be doing this kid a disservice if you plug him in right now while everybody else is happy.
Dude, he hit 10 different receivers.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's insane.
Let Wilson get healthy. Let him learn the offense. If this thing starts to sputter, back-to-back bad games for Mike White, you pull the plug on it, and you could always go back to Wilson. But for right now, while everybody's happy, while everybody's rolling, while you got all this momentum, you got to stick with the hot hand, man.
No, he definitely gets at least 2 more games. And then so you have the offensive line, he played much better. Now, the running backs, I mean, I'm a Michael Carter fan, dude. I've liked him, and today he showed you everything he could bring to the table. Excellent run. He's an excellent runner out of backfield. He can catch passes out of backfield. Super explosive, tough as hell. And I even like when he didn't get the first down at the end of the game, he made that mistake. He instantly called himself out, said, I'll learn from it. And that's what you want. Like, listen, he blew it. He knew it. And he said, you know what? I won't make the mistake again. But you saw every facet of Michael Carter. And then the perfect complementary to him is Ty Johnson. Like, that's 1 and 2, man. Like, those guys, we don't need Tevin Coleman, and we don't need a Michael P. Ryan. We don't like a P. Ryan is at this point, but I don't even care what he is. Trade him. I can give a shit. But like, dude, that's a nice 1-2 punch in the backfield. And you saw both of them do a lot of good things yesterday.
Yeah, nothing like too flashy. I don't think either guy's like a game-breaking talent, but they worked within the
pretty
offense.
Explosive, man.
You put the ball in his. I was just gonna say. I mean, you put the ball in his hands, and he gets those yards after catch. Even after contact, he's fighting, falling forward, getting that extra yard or 2. Even in between the tackles, he's showing some tough running. He's got some burst on the outside. It's a good back, man.
He reminds me of a faster version of Bilal Powell.
I can see that. Yeah.
But I mean, so the running backs, they brought a lot to the table. Michael Carter had a phenomenal game. Excellent game out of him. The tight end position, like obviously in terms of blocking, you're looking for certain things. Tyler Kroft with a big touchdown catch, wide open. You saw some things there, but to me, the bigger story was the wide receiver group. And the one thing, if I had a criticism of LaFleur, which I'm not going to do much when you score all these points and you have 500 yards of offense, the wide receiver rotation is strange, dude. Like he'll take out like more Crowder, Mims, and this, and then bring in like Jeff Smith, right? What was the one? It was like
there was a 1 goal line set. I think they ran 3 straight plays, and they had all 3 starting receivers on the bench. It was Berrios and Smith and somebody else out there. We're like, what? A whole section pointed it out too.
Yeah, it was like weird, and it was like, all right, if I can see maybe the first series, but then like on third down, you cycle them out and bring in like your big guys. Like how do you have like Crowder, Moore, and Mims off the field at that point? Like what are we doing? But listen, it worked for him. But going through the receivers, I mean, you're starting to see a little bit more of Elijah Moore. You mentioned it earlier, that deep pass, he was open. You're starting to see he's a lot more comfortable in the offense. You're getting him more involved. And it's like to me, he's one of those guys, once you give him the ball in his hands more, he gets more confident. He gets rolling. He's like a running back, dude. Like you keep feeding him, he gets momentum. He'll start making explosive plays for you. So he did very well. Mims could have had a touchdown, man. He got out of his breaks. Josh Johnson hit him right in the hands, but he did well. He's obviously a very good blocker. And the one thing that if you watch the highlight from the Jets, on the one play where Mims and Moore both chased down the Bengals defender, when he was running down, they tackled him on the 1 yard line. Dude, Mims ran probably 80 yards and he sprinted, dude. Like they both didn't quit in the play. And that's a credit. And that's something where Sal's like, you know what? You guys are earning your playing time. And this is what you want to see. But you're competing. Like he said, you fight for every yard. That 1 yard made a huge difference in this game. So you have those guys, Berrios with a touchdown catch, Keelan Cole, which could have been the catch of a lifetime. That would probably been the best catch. That was probably better than Beckham's catch, to be honest with you, dude. That catch was insane. So you have that. He could have had a big play. Crowder, unfortunately, had the fumble, which was bad. He had the interception was kind of his fault too, because it went off his hands. But I mean, the receiving group, everybody did a great job, man. They all were contributing. It's like Mike White spread it around, and everybody helped him out and made plays for him. They were all like rallying around, like it was like a united, cohesive team, just all fighting together.
Yeah, like you said, he kept everybody happy, spread it around. He took what was there. Even Elijah Moore, man, if you watched him as a blocker, he was getting into it. He's not the biggest guy by any means, but he gets after it as a blocker. He's a physical dude. So you like what you have at receiver. And all of that, again, was without Corey Davis, like you said. So you get Corey Davis back, you throw him into the mix. Hopefully you can keep working Denzel Mims in there. I like some of the things that we saw out of him. The one catch over the middle. You should be able to use his big body like that. Big target, send him deep too. He's got some ability. So you got some receivers there. And I think you're starting to see now, like if you have the right quarterback, maybe these guys can get open. Maybe, our receiving group that we were down on for the last couple of weeks, maybe we actually have some guys there.
Yeah. So from the offensive side of the ball, there's so many good things to look forward to. And now it's like, obviously Mike White's playing on Thursday night, short work week, but like you want to see him build on it now. Like in the NFL, especially with this, like winning is a great deodorant. We're talking about this win. We're praising everybody and we're ignoring the 41-point loss. Now you got to build on it. You got to string together good performances. And for me to be completely, honest with you guys, it's like, it doesn't mean wins. Come out and be very competitive and put up another good, 250 yards and spread the ball around and everybody play well. I'm good with that, dude. And just keep building, making progress, growing together as a team. That's all we're asking for.
Well, that was the problem with the Titan game. You had a great performance against the Titans, then you came back-to-back weeks in London and Patriots, and you looked like shit. Yep. So can you keep this up? I know it's a short week with the Colts, but you got to come out there and you got to battle. You got to compete. Show that you can put up some points and keep the offense moving.
So then you go from the offensive side of the ball to the defensive side of the ball, and they were, we've been really critical of them when you get your doors blown up by the Patriots, where you question if they're even going to show up. And then you look at this high-flying Bengals offense with, Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and Joe Mixon and, but the tight end, dude, it was very appropriate, but they made some clutch plays, man. They made some really, really big plays.
Break it up a little bit. For me, I don't know. I don't know if the stream is saying you're breaking up big time for me.
I don't know. So you start with the defensive line, man, where it's like they Fotokasi was enormous. You have Fotokasi was dominant at some points. Quinton Williams was great. Sheldon Rankins had an enormous play. They all at big times contributed.
Yeah, Quinton had the big sack. It was nice to see Zuniga. Yeah, your sound was breaking up a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Zuniga with the one strip sack was big. Even the corners, for the receivers that they were going up against, they competed. Bryce Hall fought his ass off, didn't get beat, big on any plays. So you give those guys credit. Everybody, Gerard Davis, he showed you some athleticism. He got beat a couple times, but nothing too bad. Nobody to really complain about too much on defense.
I guess I'm lagging. So should I try to log out and log back in?
Yeah, if you want.
All right. Keep talking prime time.
Yep. I'll answer some comments and some questions. Yeah, Joffrey Lamars, he's actually the one guy, I guess. He's kind of been invisible since this whole thing started with his contract. 3 games now. I don't think he's registered a sack since he signed, so not exactly ideal. I I think we should give more credit to Hall and Eccles that are eliminating Jamar Chase. Nice to see Jets quarterback have a proper pocket to throw in. Well, listen, Wilson had that same pocket to throw in for a number of games. I think it was just Mike White kind of executing the game plan. But yeah, plenty of credit to Bryce Hall. He's been doing it every week. I know I've been not necessarily down on him, but I've been wanting to see him do it against some better talent. So you got to give him credit where it's due. Him and Eccles both played pretty well.
This makes any difference. It doesn't make a difference. I can just reboot everything. I don't know if it sounds any better or not.
You're a little blurry too. What's going on?
I'm blurry now?
Yeah, your picture's a little blurry. Did you pay your Wi-Fi bill? Like, what's going on?
I'll just completely reboot. Keep going, Pride Time.
All right, so if you got any questions, fire away. Chase had 3 catches on 9 targets. Yeah, he dropped what, like 2 of them at least. So let's see what we got. Yeah, listen, I still want to see a little bit more before I anoint him a number 1 cornerback. But given the matchups he's had, and this was a legitimate one this week, he's performed every week pretty much. He got beat a couple times against Atlanta, but all in all, he's been solid for a second-year player. There was a 5th-round draft pick. Yeah, definitely happy to see Zuniga show up. We didn't see anything out of him in preseason, so I thought he was a guy that was going to be cut. Tyson's using that McDonald's Wi-Fi. Usually his Wi-Fi is pretty good. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Carter was great yesterday. I think he had like 9 catches, plenty of yards after the catch. Good to see that. Lots of motion. I would personally trade Flacco. I don't see what reason the Jets would have for keeping him right now. If they could try to trade him, I don't know if they can get anything back for him at this point. But, you have your backup, I guess, in Mike White. You still have Josh Johnson, who looked like a legitimate backup. If you watched him on the sidelines, he was in Mike White's ear on pretty much every single huddle. So, there's your veteran backup if you need one. And he actually knows the offense. Key difference maker. I mean, I want to say LaFleur being in the booth, but I want to see LaFleur in the booth with Zach Wilson now. Because I'm still trying to figure out whether or not it was just the play calling or if it was the quarterback executing the play calling now. So, was LaFleur the problem all along, or was it more Zach Wilson? Hard to really tell. How many games does Mike White have to win for there to be a legitimate quarterback controversy? That's a great question. I personally think right now you don't really have a controversy because Zach Wilson's obviously your guy long term, but I think it's a legitimate. Like, if Mike White keeps playing well, you're not just going to bench him. If he plays well on Thursday night, he's going to get another game. If he plays well the following week, which I think is Buffalo, he's going to get the game after that. For me, until he has back-to-back bad games, you don't pull the plug on him. You let Zach Wilson rest up. You let him get healthy, and when he's ready to go, let him learn the offense a little bit more. When he's ready, then you put him out there. But right now, if this offense is rolling, if the players are supporting Mike White, there's energy and they're putting up points, why would you pull the plug on it? Why would you take him out? I think that would only be setting, I was saying before, I think that would only be setting Wilson up for failure if you do that, because he already got booed out of the building once. Mike White's already a favorite. He was getting the chance all game yesterday. So, I think that would be doing more harm to Zach Wilson if you try to throw him in there while the offense is already doing good things. Let me go back up to the top. I saw a few. Jets are going to win the Super Bowl. Hey, let's have this be the what we did to the Patriots 20 years later. They knock out our quarterback. You back? You good?
I don't know.
You sound better. You look better.
Oh,
you're not
perfect
blurry.
then.
You're not pixelated anymore.
Well, that's good. What did I miss? Anything good?
Hold on. There's a good question up here. How many games does Mike White have to win for there to be a legitimate quarterback controversy?
2.
I answered
2 more.
It's kind of right. I said the same thing I said before. Until he has back-to-back bad games, I don't think you're pulling the plug on him yet.
If he goes out, say he's very competitive against the Colts, and then he goes out against the Bills and plays very well, dude, how do you bring Zach Wilson back in? You can't.
He's your guy every single week after that until he has back-to-back bad games, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, though. So just going back to the defense real quick, the defensive line, obviously Quentin Williams, Rankins, they all found ways to contribute. John Franklin Myers, I'm not really sure what's going on there.
We talked about JFM. Yep. So
Shaq Lawson, who has been invisible pretty much since he's been signed, would probably the play of the game with the tip pass and the interception, which was enormous. CJ Mosley, he's so good, man. Like, you just wish he had better linebackers around him, I think, at this point to see what he could really do. But he is running around. He obviously galvanizes the defense. He's a vocal leader, does a lot of good things. Jared Davis, I think, over pursued a couple times, but he showed some speed that was good to see. Definitely another emotional guy too. You saw him and Mosley were all fired up most of the time.
Yep.
I mean, what were your thoughts on the linebackers?
I mean, Mosley's he's a pro's pro, man. And, you didn't have him last week. I think the defense definitely felt that, not just, his talent, but his leadership in the middle of that defense. You have so many other young linebackers out there. I think getting both him and Jared Davis back was huge.
Yep. And then I guess the biggest story on the defense was the secondary, which we kind of laughed. Like, how the hell is Bryce Hall going to handle Jamar Chase? What are they going to do with these, the young corners versus this high-flying Bengals offense? What are they going to do? What are the safeties going to do? They completely shut down Chase. I mean, he had one touchdown, but he had a couple of drops, but he was pretty much, they kind of stifled him a little bit. They gave up points, but they held their own, dude. Like, they really did a lot of really good things where you're like, wow, like this is, again, things to look forward to as you play better teams.
And I'd like to see somebody, if you watched it, if you watched the film breakdowns or whatever, it seemed like every time I was looking over at the corners, they were actually like getting up on the receivers. They were pressing them a little bit more. So it seemed like they adjusted off of whatever they were doing the past couple of weeks where they were just giving this huge cushion. So it's nice to see that. It's nice to see them competing in general.
Eccles, man.
Yeah. All the young corners, man. Like, I don't think any of these guys are number one corners. I'll keep saying that, even Bryce Hall, but they're all fucking competitive as hell, dude. You put them up against whoever, like they're going to compete, they're going to battle, and they've got some intangibles to work with. So,
yeah, overall, I mean, the defense they scrapped. They call it.
Though.
What's that?
Marcus May was a disappointment yesterday, though. He blew a few assignments.
He did get a couple big hits too, but the game on the line, dude. They got stops. They got off the field. I mean, they had the big turnover. They had sacks. I mean, even Zuniga. I mean, where did he come from? He actually looked fast too. Like, did he lose weight in the offseason, or they?
I was just saying, while you were gone, we were talking about him in training camp and in the preseason. He couldn't even get off the line of scrimmage. He couldn't even disengage from a block. So to see him make a play, that was nice.
Yeah. So you have a team effort where everybody contributed, and now it's like everybody's. I mean, Jet fans are just all fired up, rightfully so. You have Mike White memes everywhere, but it's like, all right, where do you go from here? And it's just build off it, man. Like, don't give us this and any kind of letdown on Thursday, man. Like, I know it's a short week, you're on the road, but
that's why it sucks that this is a short week, because you'd love to be able to just enjoy this for a full week, let Mike White have his glory, and you play Sunday. But unfortunately, we got the short turnaround. It'd be nice if they can win Thursday, but it's gonna be a tough one in Indy.
And this is a really good point by Ant. Is look like they were all feeding off each other. Well, the one thing is, like, the offense makes a nice try. The defense gets off the field. The defense struggled. The offense picked them up. It's like everybody did play their part. Yeah, we haven't seen this in a while, man. Like, even the Titan game was nothing like this. This was a completely different performance. And I was trying to think of what was the last time we saw a game like this where you're like, wow, you're like excited. Like, you were acting today, like, dude, the Jets are 2-5. I was proud to be a Jet fan. Like, that's my fucking team. Like, this is great. Like, and dude, and I get a funny story. My mother doesn't watch football at all, dude. She knows I'm a big Jet fan. They've known for years like that. She called me up today and she's like, what a game yesterday. She goes, you got your quarterback. She goes, I love Mike White. This is my mother, dude. She's like, she loves Mike White now. She's like, I love that new Jets quarterback. I'm like, what?
Dude, the same thing with me at work. Teachers are like, bro, you got your quarterback. What happened to that number 2 draft pick? And even students that don't even watch football, they heard the Jets won. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, so now I'm really interested to see how they handle this going forward. Obviously, Mike White's gonna start on Thursday. What they do with Joe Flacco, I mean, that's just biting him in the ass now, because now it's like he didn't look interested to be there yesterday on the sideline. Like, he wanted no part to do it. Yeah. So it's like, I liked what Josh Johnson brought to the table, man. Like, you mentioned it, I think, in your video. We saw it on the sideline where he was completely vested in this game, man. He was all about Mike White. The minute he went off the field, he was talking to him on the bench. As the game was going on, he was very vocal, very active. He came in the game. He played well. That mean he could have had a touchdown pass to Denzel Mims. The ball was on the money. He hit him right in the chest, but Mims kind of tripped on his way out of the route. It was right in front of us. So I like what Josh Johnson brought, and he should be the backup on Thursday.
For me, he looks the part of what you want in a veteran, not just backup, but a mentor, a guy that's actually going to embrace the role of teaching a young quarterback how to play the game. He was in Mike White's ear on almost every single huddle when they were going over plays during a timeout, whatever. So, like, that's exactly what you want from your backup.
Yeah. So, but now the question is, the trade deadline is tomorrow, prime time. So going into this game, we talked about, all right, could Crowder be on that list? Can Marcus Mann be on that list? Do the Jets, off this, the feeling so great about this win, all this positive momentum, do the Jets pull the trigger on a trade tomorrow?
I don't think so. Marcus May, perhaps, but I just think the secondary is still kind of thin. You don't really have much at safety. You got Ashton Davis, and you've been kind of rotating a few other guys in and out. So I think May would probably be the one candidate that maybe they would consider. They could probably save a decent amount of money too. It'd probably be what, like $6 million. He's making $11 million this year. So I think that would be the one guy they'd maybe look to move. But Crowder, I'm still not trading him.
Yeah, May is the one that's interesting because I think the writing's on the wall. They're not gonna bring him back. Even coming off a great win, this is business. And you got to make a decision that's good for now and for the future. And for me, if you're not bringing him back, dude, you're not giving him $14 million a year, right? So I think everybody pretty much agrees that he can go. What's everybody's assessment of Ashton Davis yesterday? What did everybody think about him? That's what I'm curious to see.
Remember, there were back-to-back plays in the goal line, one goal line towards the end where he got roasted.
Yep,
touchdown.
So if you get rid of May, you're kind of jeopardizing the secondary a little bit. But I mean, Crowder is going to be interesting. I mean, you're seeing a lot of Keelan Cole. Can Keelan Cole take over his role? I mean, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, or you put Elijah Moore in the slot. And even with May, I mean, maybe you throw Javelin Guidry. I think he was getting some work at safety, or Michael Carter. I think he got some work there in training camp. Like maybe safety's a spot for one of those guys.
Yeah, Quincy Williams, obviously, he was a fan favorite, and then Davis came in, took a lot of his reps.
Yeah,
another guy's interesting. But let's see, Tyrone's running late. But I mean, the trade deadline's gonna be really, really interesting, man. Like it's so many things. Like off this win, you have all this. You have a short week for the game, and then you have the trade deadline. We don't have a week just to enjoy this game and just kind of,
Yeah, I'm curious. What are your thoughts about like how Joe Douglas handled like the whole Mike White thing? Like, do you give him credit for that acquisition for sticking with him, or are you still upset like that they kind of panicked and made the move for Flacco? They had him last year, released him like I don't know how many times. So like, did they actually see what he was, or was this just who they landed on?
Well, I mean, if Mike White was so good, wouldn't somebody else want him? I mean, he was kind of out there. I mean, you give the Jets credit for having him on the roster. I mean, obviously they had something. They groomed him. Mike LaFleur worked with him. Is it the offense or is it the quarterback? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Flacco move, it's like, see, the Jets say one thing, but their actions said something else. Like if they had so much belief in Josh Johnson and Mike White, you didn't need Flacco. You didn't need to trade for a guy, right? You just signed some jag and throw him on the practice squad.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like Joe Douglas could be standing on top of the mountain right now, just saying, I told you so. Like I had this guy, but like he didn't really have conviction.
Salah gave you
time to. Yeah.
Salah gave you the I told you so today. He's like, now you guys we saw in training camp. We knew what we had. Now you see it too. I'm like, woof. Salah throwing some shade off a win. It's like that's like the one guy on Twitter is like, yeah, man, I told you Joe Douglas's draft class was good. Like, bro, off one game, now we're gonna say we have a Hall of Fame class. I'm like, can we just not enjoy the win and just
let's hope so. I'm just enjoying this one, man.
I'm not even like, we got so many questions about what do you think about this? I'm like, I'm just enjoying it, man. Let's let the dust settle. And I'm legitimately looking forward to the game on Thursday night. I cannot wait for it. Like, I want to see what's next with Mike White. Like, I want to see what this team, how they're going to react off some positivity. Like, they faced adversity really bad where the vultures were circling and they bounced back with a great effort.
If he plays well Thursday night.
Oh, I can't wait. Bring it on.
But you know
what, dude? It's a good thing. Like, it's a win-win for the Jets.
Who said competition's a bad thing? It's a great thing.
This is what we wanted.
Let him learn the offense.
But this is what we wanted.
Takes off, great.
We said we want competition for Zach Wilson. Bring out the best in Zach Wilson. Make him compete. Say, you know what? Light a fire under his ass. Listen, man. If you can't correct your fundamentals and complete all these, shorter throws and run this offense efficiently, you're not going to play. Like, we have somebody that can play ahead of you. And furthermore, he could actually sit in the press box next to LaFleur and learn and watch and see the scheme and see how the plays are being run and see how the throws are being made. He's probably learning a shitload from this right now.
Yep.
So we'll see, man.
It almost makes you think like Wilson should have been sitting from day one.
That's funny, man. And this is something we mentioned earlier. The hustle play by Mims and Moore was excellent, man. Especially Mims, man. He ran legitimately across the whole friggin' field at top speed to get over there, and that just shows you that they're competing, man. They're not giving up on plays. That's something Salah said he reiterates all the time. But the whole Mike White thing's wild, dude. It's just wild. Like I just can't believe we're here. But the thing is, like, it's like I'm excited about it. Like, having competition here is good. If he gets on a roll and they start playing very competitive, good football, that's a good thing. Like, how is it bad? Like, there's no bad scenario here. Like, Wilson's going to be here a while. He's not going anywhere. They're not going to trade him. If he can sit. And the thing is, like you mentioned this, like, we kind of thought the last couple of weeks that maybe Zach Wilson shouldn't have been playing. Like, he was kind of like, he couldn't even make the basic pass. A screen pass seemed like it was like, he was like trying to be Picasso out there. And Mike White's just like, done. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like that. So maybe they learned a lesson there saying, hey, you know what? Now he's here. Zach, take your time. You know what? Maybe he gets some swelling in his knee that kind of keeps him out a little bit longer. And Mike White keeps playing. So
no, completely agree, man. As long as he's playing well, I think it's his job. It's not like it was just, some, like I said before, some fluke, 250-yard performance. He went out there and fucking lit shit up. He ran with the opportunity that he was given, and he deserves another crack at it, a few more cracks at it. And
the other thing too is that you look at the locker room is behind him, man. They were all about this kid yesterday. You see the post game in the locker room, dude. They love him. Even when he caught the 2-point conversion. Dude, the place was going nuts. You see the team, right? Like I think Greg Van Roten slid next to him. They're all jumping around and like
he did the Fitz thing after the.
Dude, how do you not love that? Like that was emotion we haven't seen out of our team all season long, and probably 3 years to be honest. It's like, dude, it's how can you not get caught up in it? Like if we're caught up in it, the players are in it. You see them; they're all over actively on social media saying all these great things about him. So you have those momentum, like, oh yeah, he's not playing no more. Like, dude, you're take the air out of the locker room.
Exactly.
So he's got to keep playing.
That's why you got to wait until back-to-back bad performances.
Yep, and this is an excellent point by Romeo too. Zach Wilson has handled this with a tremendous amount of class. They said that he was the first guy to talk to him, called him, hugged him, went after him, was like super supportive, and that's what you do, man. You're all teammates here, man, and this is how you're going to learn. You're going to earn respect and credibility from your teammates when you handle it with class and dignity, and don't be like a spoiled brat. Be like, fuck, I want to play. You know what I mean? Like, keep it all going together. So
let's just see if he has that same attitude in 3 weeks if Mike White's still the quarterback. But yes,
I'm sure
that's good that he's handling it that way, though.
I think every week that Mike White plays well is another week that Zach Wilson's injury kind of still lingers, is my opinion. Like we got him back into practice, but he still looks like he's kind of limping a little bit. We don't want to rush him back.
But what if Wilson's ready to play? Coach,
that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. You know how the NFL is, dude. They're like, oh, we got him back in the practice, but he just doesn't look sharp enough yet. We're gonna, one more week. He maybe had a setback. There's ways around this shit, dude. To avoid controversy and keep letting Mike White play. So
I'm saying no matter what, there's going to be a controversy. If Zach Wilson feels he's ready to play and the Jets are coming out saying, he's still not ready, what's to stop him from just going out and saying, no, I'm good to go. I can play.
Dude, you know what? Hot hand, man. We got to go with the hot hand now. This is the NFL. This is the way it works, man. Look at Tom Brady. Man, you started playing, that's it. Not that I'm comparing Mike White, Tom Brady, but like, listen, your best ability is availability. You weren't available. Somebody took your spot for now.
Yep.
You never know what can happen at the end of the season, next year, whatever. So it's and this is the thing too. I think Zach Wilson wouldn't win this battle. If Mike White's playing well, the media is going to be on his side. The fans are going to be on his side. The locker room's going to be on his side. It's going to be. What happened? We missed the super chat. That's probably me. I'm too excited tonight.
I thought you showed his.
I thought he did too. This one. Oh no, we didn't. In hindsight, we should have drafted Chase. No, I wouldn't go that. Let's not
imagine Mike White with Chase and somebody else and another first round pick.
Let's just get Mike White there first. Let's just get him to the point where we can make these second decisions and everything else.
You would have been loving this if we would have traded back. Darnold would have been benched already. Mike White's the savior.
Darnold got benched twice with the Panthers now, but yesterday was a concussion, though.
Yeah, he got hurt.
So we'll go to some of your comments here. Michael Carter is phenomenal, man. I love the way he runs the ball. If there's a player right now that I was going to buy a jersey of, I think it'd probably be his. I love the way he plays the game, man. I do. So you're getting ahead of yourselves. I mean, you're living that Trevor Siemian life right now, Cassandra. So we should.
We've been there.
Honest prediction for Thursday. Well, that's funny because we usually do our prediction show on Friday.
So
tomorrow we bring the viewers on. I haven't watched the Colts a lot yet. I mean, I know they're competitive as shit. They're well coached on the road. I was trying to think of a way to go to the game to be.
Dude, I'm off from work on Thursday.
It's a long drive. I've driven there before. It's a long drive, man. Like great town, great party town. Don't tempt me, dude. I got plenty of vacation days too.
I would do it.
Oh, you're gonna tempt me now. I've done it before.
I'd be good to leave probably Wednesday night.
I could do that too.
Oh shit.
We could actually do this. We actually could do this. Oh shit. So we got here Vera Tucker got a Brian Baldinger mentioned how some of his plays today, that's Vera Tucker's coming on, man. And then Becton tweeted out a little while ago. Looks like Becton's probably close to returning too, or on the verge. He's encouraged. which is
tweeted
probably
something
come at
else
the right
out too
time.
the other day.
Did they say anything about George Fant, what his injury was?
I didn't hear anything. No, I don't know if you saw the other Beckton tweet where he said he can't wait for his side of the story to come out.
Oh no,
like that.
The Tony Pauline story.
Probably. I mean, what else would it be? It was one of those cryptic type things.
And that's the thing, man. It's like, look, Ant's like, pick me up. I'm in. We may have to do, dude. You don't know me, dude. I have no problem going to Indy for this game. I can give a shit.
Is there any way we can get like a booze bus to Indy? Get a bunch of people.
We can. Dude, I'm dangerous for free time. I can figure it out. Thoughts on the Bengals fans saying Jets only won because of penalty? That penalty was. Listen, as a Jets fan, we're glad they called it. I mean, if the roles reversed,
if that was called against us, yeah, we would have been livid.
But the Bengals should probably worry about not stopping Mike White and giving up all these points, all the other plays they missed. I mean, they had a lot of opportunities to do it, and they didn't. So that's just being salty, man. But to me, I thought the Keelan Cole was a touchdown, but what the hell do I know? So, I mean, and if we're being, I mean, look how many penalties the Jets have been screwed over the years. I mean, with just even this year with some of these brutal calls.
Even what was it? The Austin Safarian Jenkins play with the Patriots.
But even calls this year, you're like not getting roughing the passer calls, getting phantom calls.
The fumble in the Patriot game.
Yeah.
Opening drive.
Let's see. We got an Ashton Davis is awful message.
He looked pretty bad.
Yeah, he did.
And he's blocking fans now too, apparently, on Twitter.
Is he really?
Yeah. Like minutes after the game, apparently. Like, yeah, he must have been one of those guys that does the name search as soon as he gets out. And
why after a win? Why would you do that? I don't know. Go check out sold completed Mike White cards on eBay yesterday and today. They're selling like he won a Super Bowl. I can't believe how hot that card is. Great show again. Good for him, man. Like, and he's got a shirt out too. The Mike White shirt's out too, which is, the one thing I don't understand. It's like nothing, dude. It's like the Mike White special. It's like, if you're gonna make a shirt, at least make it clever and something like that, like where people want to buy it. Not just throw some bullshit up there and be like, "Oh, look, buy my shirt." It's at least put some thought behind it.
I'll buy anything with Mike White right
now. What about Corey Davis when he's coming back? According to Salah, there's a chance he could play on Thursday.
He can take his time.
Yeah, they didn't practice today. I guess they're probably do maybe a walkthrough tomorrow. Or did they even practice tomorrow? I don't know how they're even going to do that.
I don't even think they had today off. I think they did something today.
Yeah, I think they didn't do much though. So let's see. Let's talk Mike White radio. Why not, dude? It's cool to be exciting, man. Like it's great. And we mentioned it earlier. I'm telling you guys now, the minute, because I was making jokes at prime time. I'm like, oh my God, who's coming in next? Is it Connor McDermott? And he's like, no, it's Chuma Doga. I'm like, there goes the game. I'm like, Mike White's gonna die. Right? Then I was like, it's over. I'm like, there's no way he can be, and he credit to him.
Held his own, man. Held his own.
But the thing I wonder is, how much was the offensive line improved, or how much did they benefit from him getting rid of the ball in 2 seconds? Like he was getting rid of the ball quick, dude.
But that's the thing. Like, was that supposed to be what they envisioned all along, where the quarterback was going to be getting rid of the ball quick, and the offensive line wasn't going to be the issue that it's been the first 6 games?
Yep.
This is a great one from Yuri. They should do a whiteout next game for Mike White. Next home game.
Bills game.
Right? Make it a whiteout. It's a great idea.
I don't understand. I understand they were wearing black yesterday, but the black towel served no purpose yesterday. Because people were waving them and you couldn't even see them. It's like we're at the Steelers. Like, that didn't make any sense.
Nobody was even waving them. No. Had like 10 people.
Tyson at prime time. Do you agree with these potential trade targets for the Jets? May, Coleman, and Flacco. May, I think May should happen. I don't care about the win yesterday. May can go. We're not going to re-sign him. I think his price tag and everything else, he can go. Tevin Coleman, I mean, he's hurt. So does he have a trade market when he's hurt?
Probably not.
And Flacco can go.
There are a bunch of teams that, I mean, even the Titans now, Derrick Henry probably out for the year. So you got teams out there that are going to need some running backs. So if you think you have your 1-2 punch with Carter and Johnson plus Pirine, well, Pirine could be your third back. If you think you can get something more for Tevin Coleman, that's something I would do.
The black uniforms were nice. I'm just saying the towels were just like the people that were waving, you couldn't even see them. Yeah. So let's see what else we got here. I love Michael Carter owning his mistake, going down before a first down. All good things to take out of a game. Listen, it's great when the young players can learn. It's even better when you can be a young team, learn and win. Because it kind of like, especially with that Moore and Mims play when they both chase down the defender. Dude, now it's like it's a positive. They got credit for it. It actually made a big difference in the game. And now when it happens again, they're going to do it again because now they paid off for it. So now they learn from that. So these are all great building blocks for them, man.
Yep.
Let's see. Do you think James Morgan was a waste of a draft pick? And do you guys remember me? We remember you. And yes, James Morgan was a waste of a draft pick because he didn't even play, dude. Oh, man.
4th round pick.
Yep. And Piron's not even, he's doing next to nothing.
Hey, you know what? They replaced him with Mike White, so it's fine. Cancels out.
What do you guys think about the New York special? Listen, man, you got to give LaFleur credit. He called some plays yesterday where you're like, holy shit. Like, he opened up the playbook. Like, I'm telling you, it's almost like he learned from the Patriot game. Like, you know what? Oh, they could do it to us. We're going to do it to them. Like, it's just.
It also helps when your offense stays on the field and they're actually able to put you, like you're in 2nd and short, you're in 3rd and long or 3rd and short, you have sustained drives like that. That helps. You're able to go deep into the playbook and call some stuff.
Or especially when they can't defend certain things. Like if you're running the ball effectively, if you're doing wheel routes and they can't stop it, then like, you know, they're trying to defend that. And then you go, you know, the motion actually works. You can go counter plays. You can do play action. You can do all kinds of different things when you establish some kind of presence on offense, which they haven't been able to do. Yeah. And that's right. The long drives help, man. The scripted plays help. But he was aggressive. Like they came out throwing yesterday. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, so wait a minute. You're gonna get Zach Wilson comfortable. Run, 3rd and long pass. You know, Mike White's quarterback, and they're coming out throwing. Like we're gonna and even Silas,
and they took the ball first, like you said.
But you know what Silas said though? He goes, our game plan was let Mike White let it rip.
Yeah. No need to do, or could they not do that the last 6 weeks?
It makes you wonder, man. And this is, you know, his passes were decisive. They were quick. The game wasn't too big for him. He stayed composed. Yeah. And when they were down 11, he wasn't rattled at all, dude. Like he was just like it was like he played the game for 5 years already. Like he was just like very, very comfortable, which was nice, man.
Looked like a savvy vet.
Yeah, he did. And this is a great point. We as fans deserved that performance yesterday. Yes. Because that Patriot week, after that, I literally was pissed till Friday. Like I was angry all week. Like I was like, because like you have that same old Jets mentality. Like we just got blown out. We're down by 41. Worried about Douglas, Saleh, LaFleur, the quarterback, the offensive line. We hated everything. Like we had no faith in nothing. And then this team, which they faced adversity, they faced a week of just getting ripped by everybody known to man. You had the Tony Pauline article that came out that made it even look even worse. And here they are. They faced everybody, gave us all the finger and said, you know what? Here we are. We're going to bounce back and play well. Just now build on it, dude. Don't be the one-hit wonder again, where now you fall on your face Thursday night, and you're like, ah, shit. So, I mean,
and that's another reason you hate the short rest, not just to be able to enjoy it for the full week, but it's like now if you lose, you're back to that same feeling, and after 3 days. So hopefully they can find a way to put some shit together on 3 days.
So I think Thursday night is a winnable game, but I'm not going to discount the Colts because I like
10.5-point dogs.
Yeah, I like Frank Reich as a coach, and they have a lot of very good players. And Carson Wentz is playing well. I haven't watched much of the highlights of what they did yesterday because we were at the game, got home, and doing videos and all this other shit. So this is going to be your last question we answer. Do you guys think Mike White deserves a new contract? If yes, how many years?
Yeah, 7 years, $250 million.
Yeah, let's just give him now. What did Mahomes get? Make it more. So we'll go through more of your comments here. Let's see. Why is the spread so high on Thursday night?
I guess very, very good question, and I'm not really sure.
Road team.
To me, it suggests that they think the Colts are probably going to trounce the Jets because, all the momentum's on the Jets side right now. The Jets were the same point underdogs for this game at home against a team that, even record-wise, the Bengals are better, but I think the Colts are just as good as the Bengals.
Yep. No, that's fair. I mean, they're I think they're well coached. They're very well coached. They've been in a lot of games, so.
They got some players on defense too.
Yeah, well, T.Y. Hilton's I think is out again too. He's always hurt. It seems like.
You got
what's up, Mike?
Buckner, you got who's that linebacker? Darius Leonard. They got in our trade with Darnold.
Fotokasi, the one-arm tackle, he had 2 back-to-back plays on the goal line that were incredible, and it's going to come back again. Something we've talked about previously is he keeps playing like this. He keeps getting praised for his effort. Coach loves him. Team loves him, but he's in a contract year.
Yep.
What do you do with that? Almost should have given that John Franklin Myers money to him. Well, not that much, but a portion of it.
Or you're just going to throw more money on your D-line.
Yep. So T.Y. Hilton is out.
Hey, everybody. Don't make me negative tonight.
I'm not. Dude, I'm all in, man. I'm just saying it's just if Fotokasi's playing like that, dude, he's going to want a payday. I mean, he's earned it. He's done everything right. He's a team captain. So we'll see how that goes. We don't have time for a preview. So tomorrow night we have the viewers on, and then Thursday's the game. And for those of you that are asking, we will live stream the game on Thursday. I can't wait for that one. Unless we go to it.
Unless we're in Indy.
Oh, man. So we got here. Ty Johnson was great on blitz pickups yesterday. And you know what, Nick? That's a good point. And that was something he struggled with early on in the season where he made several mistakes where Zach Wilson got lit up because of his mistakes. So that's good, man. He played well, man. He had some good catches out of the backfield. I like the way he plays. He's physical. It looks like Salah loves him too, so which is a good thing.
Yep.
Prime time, you do not buy a Mike White jersey. He's ready, man.
I was thinking about it. What I could do though, I have the old number 5 Hackenberg jersey. I could do a little remodeling on that one, maybe.
You can go to there's a dry cleaner in Rutherford on Park Ave. They actually do the uniforms for the Jets. They'll actually take the name off and put in white for you for like $35. Yep.
Oh shit.
I can send you the information. Yeah, they do. They'll actually do it for you.
That would cost more than the jersey though. It was one of those cheap ass. That was spending money on Hackenberg. Come on.
So is anybody going to the game, man? Because if you are, maybe probably a road trip that you're worried about is not great. So we got here. Let's see. Knicks are up by 4 at halftime. They're playing great basketball. That's what we got here. I don't know. What's the score of the Giants game? I can't see it. Giants are playing the Chiefs.
I have the Knicks on in the background. You're starting to break up again.
Under the radar player from yesterday, Tyler Croft. Hey, man, he made a catch. Big touchdown catch.
Big touchdown.
Yep. I mean, to me, the bigger story was to play the receivers and the running backs, but they all contributed, man. So it's all a good thing.
Chiefs are up 7-0.
Go to Indy.
Giants driving, though.
Sneakers and boots. I was there for the championship game, and the fans are awesome. The stadium's awesome. Downtown Indy is great, man. A lot of like cool bars and restaurants. You can't tailgate there. See, they tailgate like on the side streets, a lot of the bars and all this other stuff. But it's definitely a good time, man. We have to go to this game.
You're freezing up again.
Ah, fuck.
Did you not pay the internet this month?
I don't know. How bad is it?
I mean, you're freezing and kind of going in and out. Audio.
Man. I don't know what it is. What should we do? Shall I reboot again?
If you want. Or we could just kill it here. Unless something else you want to talk about. I can answer a few more questions if you want.
I'll reboot one more time.
All right. So throw me some questions. Yes, I did buy a hack jersey. I only spent like $20 on it, though. It wasn't a real one. Yeah, it wasn't a real one. Yeah, I will not buy any Mike White stuff, at least not yet. I'll wait a few weeks, but I do want to buy something. Yeah, it was nice to actually do a video. Nice to leave the stadium feeling positive, even though I had to wait about 30 minutes in traffic before I could actually start the video, but that's another story. Yeah, we'll see what happens Thursday night. Curious to see how White plays. We'll figure out what we're going to do as far as a prediction show. Maybe we'll do something Wednesday. If not, we can turn tomorrow into a recap / preview show. Let you guys give your thoughts on the game and then share your predictions for Thursday. Yeah, Giants down 7-0 still. I didn't even hear. This is how busy I am. I didn't even hear Adam Fox signed a deal. Let me know what the numbers are. Glad they locked him up, though, if they did. He's been playing great. He's got like 9 points in 9 games or something. What else we got? Giants driving. All right. I need the Chiefs to cover, so. Yeah, Rangers, big win last night, 3-1 against the Kraken. Got the Rangers playing well. We got the Knicks playing well. We got Mike White. Just need the Mets to get their shit together. Yeah, that was an underrated part of that performance yesterday, too. The fact that he got hit the way he did, he was down for, several minutes, came back in, had the Mike White chance going. So much credit to the kid. First start, battling through all that with the team that wasn't playing very well. Give him so much credit. And this story is going to get so fun over the next couple of weeks. If he keeps playing well, it is going to be such a fun story. As you guys know, we embrace plenty of chaos on this channel. So I'll see what else we got. If the Jets go at least 2-1 in their next 3 games, Colts, Bills, Dolphins, should we start thinking playoffs? I'm not there yet, but if they go 2-1, you're what, 4-6? I mean, you'd still need to rattle off what, like a 5-2 stretch just to get 9 wins, and you're still probably not making it. And even if you get 10 wins, you don't know if you're going to make it. So I think we could probably not talk about playoffs, but I believe the Jets, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Jets were 2-5 the year that Chad took over. I think they were 1-4 and then maybe 2-5, and they still made the playoffs that year. So you never know what could happen. All right, we're already starting predictions. 16-7 going Super Bowl prediction. I like it. Yeah, next home game will definitely be there. This week we joined up with Tailgate Joe outside of Lot E. It was nice just, not having to worry about tailgating at all. Next home game, maybe we'll set something up. Welcome back.
Does this work or no?
Now you're good again. For the next,
I can't wait for the next
minutes.
home. Next home game is the Bills game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tailgate Joe's that tailgate was fun yesterday, man.
Yeah, good food. A lot of Bengal fans, but that's okay.
Yeah, it was fun talking to them. They were actually really cool fans. I mean, they weren't jerks or anything. They were all pretty nice.
Yeah.
So let's see what else we got here.
I'll keep going if you want.
Yeah, let's go through comments.
I did not start the Mike White chant, but I was happy to join in.
It was loud, man. It was really
real
loud.
Fucking loud. It was real fucking loud.
Let's see what we got.
So I'll ask you. Somebody asked the question: if the Jets go 2-1 in the next 3 games, putting them at 4-6, can we start talking playoffs?
No.
Okay.
Get the 500.
I brought up the 2-5 record that they had with Chad that year.
But Herm?
Yeah.
The play to win the game season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with my internet tonight. That's kind of weird. What's up, Kieran? That would be great, man. Let's see. Primetime and Tyson, over and under. Can I get on the stream tomorrow? Haven't been on since the call and just no days overdue. Sure.
Yeah, just click that link.
Would you trade May and a 5th rounder for Miles Jack and a conditional 7th? What's Miles Jack's contract? What's his contract situation?
I mean, Marcus May doesn't have a contract either.
Hey, but how much do you want to invest in? Like, how much is he making? How much was he either?
You'd be doing it to sign him, I would think, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's his situation? Are you getting him under contract? Is he going to be a free agent?
He should have been ours anyway. Never should have taken Darren Lee. That was the guy I wanted with that pick.
Remember that?
Yeah. Good times.
Oh, my God. I'm not surprised the Jets won after being humiliated by the Patriots. I'll be surprised they went back-to-back.
Well, this is what we worry about with a young team, right? After the Titan game, it seemed like they were a little bit too high and they came out flat back-to-back weeks. So did they learn from that? Can they actually start stacking these performances together now?
Let's see what we got here. I did not reboot my cable modem. I don't know what I did, but if it's dragging again, I'll just do it later on.
Oh, you're working good now.
Yeah. It's weird. I haven't had problems with this for a while, so who knows? My luck, I guess. I'm too excited. Would you trade May for OJ Howard?
Tell you. Why wouldn't they?
Yep. I mean, yeah. Nobody's talking playoffs. There's nobody mentioning playoffs. There's nothing. I think everybody's expectations for the win totals are kind of creeping up a little bit, but I'm still keeping it real. Let's get to the Colt game, beat the Colts, and see what happens. Like a day by day, game by game. Not getting ahead of myself here.
You know what? It's nice also to be able to kind of focus on wins without being so focused on the draft pick and losing your draft status. It's like we got 2 first-round picks. We'll be okay. We got 2 first and 2 seconds.
Then you can win and not be mad. Like you can, a win's like a building block. It's like it's progress.
It'd be one thing if you're trying to get like a top 2 or 3 pick because you're trying to search for your quarterback, but we got that already with Mike White, so we're good.
Trade Shepard already? I don't think Nathan Shepard's got a market, man.
No.
I mean, I agree. He's definitely odd man out. He's not coming back, but let's see. Colts and Bills back-to-back will be a good test. I'm telling you now, if they beat the Colts, that Bills game, that place is going to be an animal house. Jet fans are going to be fired up. It'd be fun to be a part of. That's for sure.
It's going to be 80,000 Mike White chants.
The Wi-Fi is getting stripped. Oh, yeah, nobody's used to positivity.
You're throwing the Wi-Fi off.
Probably right. Let's see. Too early for Sal to get a Mike White tattoo? The old Rex Ryan.
That'd be great.
Rex Ryan Sanchez thing?
That would be great.
Hey, Tyson and Primetime, how expensive will tickets be in December? I like to fly up and catch a game.
You could probably get in the building for like $15 in December.
Yeah, if the Jets are out of it and the weather's cold, you can sit wherever you want for a very cheap price. Won't be hard at all, especially if they're out of it. So, can't wait for Usman and Covington. Oh, Saturday night's UFC card is insane in the Garden. Excellent card.
Last Saturday was fucking great.
Yeah, but this is just this card's loaded. I mean, I love Rose too, Thug Rose. I'm just an enormous fan of her. And like you have Chandler Gagey. I mean, Frankie and Cheeto Vera. I mean, it's gonna be great, man. Cannot wait for that. Let's see, a Victory Monday show. We don't have many of these, so we're definitely exciting. I could tell he'd be calling out sick for the Bills game if they beat the Colts. Well, what's probably sad is a lot of Jet fans probably already sold their tickets to Bills fans, and now they're gonna be like, "Hey, can I buy those back?" So let's see. Let's see. Joe Montana never threw for 400 yards. Is that true?
I think so. There's another stat I saw. First start coming back from double digits, under 5 minutes to go. Mike White, Steve Young, only 2 guys to do it.
Just had the parade on the street I work on for Glover Teixeira. So happy for Teixeira, man. That fight was awesome. So he put his time in, man. He's climbed the ladder. He's fought the best of the best, and it's so great to see him get that title.
42 years old, right?
If Mike White beats the Colts and Bills, I'll buy his jersey. You won't be alone, man. The Jets will start selling it.
I might be too.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time. They beat the Colts and Bills. The Jet shop will be loaded with new stuff for him. So let's see. What do we got here? Mahomes is really off this year. I haven't seen any of the game yet. But you know what the funny thing is, like how they're saying like the Chiefs fans are so negative. I'm like, dude, if we won a Super Bowl the last couple of years, I'd still be drunk. I think I wouldn't even be. I wouldn't be mad. Like they were just in the Super Bowl last year and they won one recently. How could you be mad?
I can't imagine getting mad.
No,
after like 5 years at least.
Prime time. Your Mahomes pick in the first round.
I was the jinx, and you know what else was the jinx? I picked up the Bengals defense this week. Jinx.
There you go.
It's me.
Should Joe Flacco become a backup mentor for Mike White and Zach Wilson?
No.
That's what he's there for now, but they should trade him.
No. Josh Johnson could do that.
Yep. I definitely agree. Let's see. Recall Jets' most popular Jets quarterback ever. Pennington was pretty popular, man. Right? Yeah. That's probably Favre for the first 11 games was. But Pennington was an overall fan favorite. I think the most recent one.
Yeah, probably. The only one that played well recently.
Yeah, I mean, like people liked Darnold early on.
People like Sanchez a lot too those first 2 years. I mean, he was a rock star, but
he was a rock star. But Chad was like the guy. Like you walk around, like everybody's like, you know, he's even still now. People want him in like the Ring of Honor and all kinds of stuff. They want to bring him back.
Yeah.
Hello, what's up, Benji?
What's up, man?
Let's see what we got here. All right, this is a good one. If Mike White beats the Colts, can we get a shotgun? I'm down.
Hell yeah. We'll do it right after the game.
We'll probably do it during the stream.
Thursday could be wild. I got no work Friday.
They thrilled me yesterday, and for that I'm thankful. They thrilled everybody, man. This was so sorely needed for this organization, for the fans. Everybody, the players, everybody needed this, man. So
especially the fans. We've put up with enough.
And especially like the season ticket holders actually went to the game. You feel good for them too, man. Because it was a wild environment in third and fourth quarter. Now I want us to do two. I'll do one, man. I'll do one. Mike White is our single game passing record. I mean, good for him. Hopefully, down the line he keeps building on it, or Zach Wilson learns. And
he's not the single game passing record.
I thought Testaverde was. No, is it? Who was it?
Joe Namath. He had like 480 something, I think. I forget exactly what it was.
This was the first game I watched in full in the last 3 years. What kind of fan are you, man? What? That's ridiculous. What? So you quit on your team? You just watch when they're good, when they're exciting?
What about the Titan game? You didn't watch the end of that?
What kind of take is that? That's a bad take from Ant.
Wow.
You made to pay for our first meal on Arthur Ave.
I don't know if I'm going to Arthur Ave now.
If Mike White plays with Sunday, then Tyron has to be on. I guess if Mike White plays, what?
Plays well Sunday?
They play Thursday, though.
So I don't know. Mike play. Maybe it's felt like the following Sunday?
I don't know. Were the Bengals fans you met pretty confident about this game?
We gave them plenty of reasons to be confident. I mean, they were asking us about our team, and we were pretty down about it, and we weren't hyping up Mike White by any means. So we thought they were going to roll us. When we were being honest with them, we were having conversations in the parking lot. We were like, "Yeah, you guys, this should be an easy one for you."
They did mention, someone mentioned like it could be a little bit of a trap, some of a letdown, but they all like solid for the most part. But they were all cool, man. They weren't, because they kind of can relate to us. Like, dude, we've been there. Like, like they all kind of kept saying that, like we were where you guys are. So, they're cool though. Some wild costumes too, boy. If you guys follow me on Instagram, man, you saw the pictures I took yesterday with these guys. They're wearing some crazy shit.
And Adam Gase made an appearance too.
He did. He was there. Do a live stream from Indianapolis. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The minute we got the stream, I'm looking up things now because now I'm curious. I have plenty of vacation days. I could pull that off, dude. No problem whatsoever.
Teachers Convention Week.
Yeah, and I've driven there before. I've been there before. It's a good time. So, and you lost all credibility, man. The first game you watched in 3 years, full game. What are we doing? So glad I ended up going. Just feel bad for the fans that left when they're up 31-20. Yeah, you saw some of them too.
I'll be honest. If you didn't go with me, if I was sitting there solo, I would have been out. I mean, if I had nobody to keep me there, I probably would have been home. I would have been.
I never leave early. Never.
I leave early to avoid all the traffic in the parking lot. That building, we said was 30 to 40% full, and we were still sitting there for about 25 minutes trying to get out of that small lot. Come on, it's crazy.
Just trying to walk out of the stadium when they close the one entrance off, so you got to get out there and walk all the way around.
Yeah, and they force you to like walk through these like tight ass rows with gates every. Like, the fuck? Like,
I don't understand.
Nothing makes sense about leaving that building, dude. Nothing.
Raised in New Jersey, living in Columbus, Ohio. Yesterday felt so good. Talk shit to every random person I saw with Bengal clothes on.
They were so miserable. They looked like us leaving Carolina. Like
dude.
They were speechless. They're like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Looked like they saw a ghost, man. They looked like they're like pale. They looked depressed. They realized how much money they spent to go there and all their chants they were doing, all the celebrating. Yeah. They definitely looked. No, the game capacity. What are you, nuts, Anthony? It was probably 40% full yesterday. It was nowhere near. The upper level was mostly empty. Mezzanine was like half, and then lower level was pretty crowded. Let's see what we got here. We no longer have an element of surprise with White against the Colts. The next game is a true test of LaFleur's play calling. Well, if they start jumping all the shorter routes, if they start taking away the short game, you spread it out and go deeper.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Yep.
They're going to hit you with all these exotic blitzes and test your line, especially if Doga's still playing. They're going to force you to throw it deep.
Since you guys were at the game, did you notice if Mims got open a lot? I couldn't tell, man.
I wasn't watching him that much.
No. They do a good job of hiding empty seats on TV. Well, it's all the upper level, man.
Yeah. The upper deck was completely empty.
I think Primetime took a video or something like that and posted it where it's just like, you could see all of it.
Yeah.
When is the general manager's State of the Union address? Isn't it?
Probably after the deadline.
After Thursday.
Should be.
Let's see. Are you guys going live Thursday night for the game? If we don't go to it, we will definitely live stream it. And I'm not gonna lie, we may be going to this shit because
we doing a preview show or no?
When the hell we do that? Wednesday?
Well, we could either do something like short Wednesday, or I was saying while you were off, if you wanted to like turn tomorrow into game recap / game preview, you could do that too.
And take calls and do the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's on me. We do that. So tomorrow night we'll do a preview and take calls and do everything. So, and hopefully Tyrone will be with us. Will be cool. Chances LaFleur stays in the booth even when Zach comes back. I think he's going to stay, man.
I hope he does.
He has to, dude. If they have 3 games or 2 or 3 games where they're playing like this, and the offense is clicking, then you got to keep them up there.
Yeah, and you made a good point. I mean, you've sat with me in the upper deck. You see everything. You see the plays developing. You see what the defense is doing. Yep. You get an eye on everybody. When you're a little bit lower, you can see certain things a little bit better, but there's other things you can't see as well. So if he gets a better vision for whatever the defense is doing, and he can communicate with the quarterback in the headset, and like as he's watching things, keep it going like that.
I'm nervous about Thursday primetime because of how many times we've been embarrassed on national TV.
I don't really care about that. I mean, how many times has this team been embarrassed on national TV?
Not yet.
The London game, I guess. I mean, if we consider that national, I mean, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday. But
yep,
I think a lot of these guys are just too young to get overwhelmed by the moment. Mike
Jets
White,
old. No, you're right. Jets O-line needs to step up against the Colts D-line. I mean, that's always going to be the story with this team, man. But again, like Mike White got rid of the ball fast, man. Like they didn't give him a chance. It was like 2 seconds, the ball was out.
Yep.
So obviously that's going to be the way. They're going to take away that from him, then go deeper with it. He has an arm because he could have hit Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore was open. So what else we got here? I'm not going to. Last time Jets played Colts in prime time, Monday night, Jets lost 42-10. All right.
I think I was there for that one.
I think so. I think I was too. Let's see. Prime time. When is your Mike White jersey arriving?
Not buying it yet. Chat's telling me to avoid it, so I'm not gonna jinx anything. I'm not gonna cause him any bad luck. I'll wait a few weeks.
Yep. The big test is you're not gonna be having Mike White chance at Indianapolis. I don't think he cares about that. I mean, he's gonna be.
Well, there might be some chance if we go out there.
I mean,
some Jet fans follow.
Jet fans travel pretty well too.
There could be some Mike White chance out there.
You never know. Rex Ryan said today the Jets used the Patriots game plan by getting rid of the ball quick. I mean, that's what they've been doing. I mean, that's what Mac Jones has been doing the whole time. Is quick reads, get the ball out of his hands, run the football, spurt it around. So let's see. Moore looked like he's on another level yesterday, flying around. I mean, Elijah Moore is definitely. This is kind of the Elijah Moore we saw in training camp. That's kind of the player we saw. So let Mims cook. How many catches did he have yesterday? I know he had the one.
I think he only had two. I think it was 2 for 30 on 3 targets.
Yep. So let's do a couple more here. Oh, this trade, man. What do you guys think of the Von Miller trade? The Rams are just selling their soul, dude. They're like, we are all in. But Aaron Donald, Von Miller and Jalen Ramsey.
Crazy. But the weapons they have at receiver, too.
Dude, that offense. Like Stafford could throw 3 picks a game and they'll still be fine. They could overcome anything now with that defense with those players. That's a wild trade. But then, like,
that might be the team to beat in the NFC now.
But I mean, at some point they're gonna hit the bubble. They're gonna have no draft picks, and they're gonna be in salary cap hell. So it's all gonna come crumbling apart at some point.
Yeah, they're going for it though.
Yep.
As they should. They got their quarterback with Stafford for the next couple of years. That's where you go for it. I respect that though, man. Listen, go for it. The team that's seen to have an X factor chemistry going with White, they did. They bought in around this kid. You could see it on the sideline, you could see it on the field, even like in the huddle, like even when the commercial break and stuff. These guys are all jumping around, buying in, and then it kind of rubbed off to the defense too, because you saw the defense start jumping around, doing all kinds of crazy shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, of all guys, Shaq Lawson gets the interception. The one guy we've been bashing for 3 weeks now. Enzu nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Strip sack for him. All these guys we've been bashing stepped up.
Unbelievable, man. Let's see what we got here. Feels like a Foles and Wentz situation. Well, that's not true because Wentz was playing well before he got hurt. Wasn't he? He was playing at an MVP level when he got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's not really like that at all. Right? I mean, wasn't it? I'm almost sure that he was playing great and then he got hurt.
They were already on their way to the Super Bowl that year, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's not really a good. I mean, it's not. I understand the notion behind it, but it's not really true.
That's a better comparison than what was it? The Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre one I heard on the radio today.
Yeah, no, that's nothing.
I'm like, no.
As of today, they said there's a good chance he's going to play. Salah said that everybody, is questionable at this point, so they're hoping they could all play.
I wouldn't play him.
Thoughts on his press conference yesterday? I mean, I heard glimpses of it. I didn't watch the whole thing because we were driving back from the stadium. But he's smart. He's handling the quarterback position smartly. He's not giving away anything, nothing definitive. He's playing it one day at a time, one game at a time. And that's the way you got to do it. Even today, he was cracking jokes like, you guys want something, go run away with your stories. I really don't care. So
I thought he would have been like a little more fired up yesterday, but I think you said it in your video. That just might be who he is. The kind of guy that's just not going to get too high, not too low. And he's just going to stay steady throughout. If they're able to win that way, that's fine.
Yep. He stays so composed, dude. It's like, holy shit. Like not even a fist pump, nothing.
Yeah. It's going to annoy you when they lose, but
yep.
If they're winning with Belichick, nobody complains about him. So
this is interesting. This is RG3 Kirk Cousins. Let's see. I think wasn't RG3 playing pretty well too, though? I remember they drafted him, and RG3 got hurt, and Kirk Cousins came in, right?
Are there any examples though with a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, because I think RG3 is already established.
Top 5 pick getting hurt.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a little different. This is probably the better one, the Matt Flynn one. When Matt Flynn came in, played that great game, then got that big contract with the Seahawks, then flamed out there. He played terrible there.
What about Flynn and Russell Wilson?
Well, that's what they did. They got the big contract with him. Yeah, then Russell Wilson beat him out as what, a third-round pick he was? Or what was he, fifth round, third round?
Third round.
Yeah. It's interesting. Interesting comparisons. Let's just keep rolling with Mike White, man. Let's keep this going. Let's see, we got here Ken O'Brien and Matt Ryan. Let's see. It was a good one. I just missed it though. Saleh saying we have some games where we look like we can win the Super Bowl is a bit much. Yeah, I mean he had a couple quotes where it was just like, oh, so that's fine though. He's excited. Anything else you see primetime on this?
Nope.
It was nice to see the pumped up Coach Saleh on the sideline yesterday at the first goal line stand.
I missed that.
Yeah. Saleh calling out Samini was hilarious. That was funny today when he did that. But he knows the questions are coming. He's handling it well as of now. If Mike White beats the Colts, then he's gonna have his hands full with the media. Yeah. They're gonna be every possible angle to create controversies and all kinds of chaos. Is Josh Adams on the practice squad? He's not. Then you go to.
I thought they released him from the practice squad.
He was
chose to sign somewhere else. Eagles maybe or so. I forget where.
Tennessee.
He signed somewhere else because he wanted an opportunity. I forget where it was.
He was tired of getting jerked around by us.
Yeah.
Let's see. I hope JD and Saleh get to rub it in her face about Mike White. They did it today. Saleh said it today. He's like, now we know what you saw what we saw in practice. So
yeah, Josh Adams with the Eagles.
All right. Kudos for Calvin Ridley for taking care of himself. I only saw a little bit of that. I think it's what he's taking off time to help his mental health. Isn't that what he said?
I didn't even see.
Good for him. Hey, man, that's the most important, man. Healthy mind, healthy body. It's a game, man. It's if you can't do it right because of that, I mean, get it your best first. I wonder what Vincent is doing right now. I don't know. I'm almost scared to know what he's doing right now. He's probably on somebody else's stream. The Derrick Henry injury is terrible. He's out. How long is he out? 8 weeks?
I thought it was season.
Is it the season?
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. This is probably, as a Jet fan, the most interesting thing over the next 24 hours, or not even that, next however many, 16 hours, is the trade deadline. That's going to be fascinating. Do they trade Marcus May or not? What do they do with Crowder? Do they make any moves, or do they kind of stand pat? And I guess to me, honestly, if Marcus May should go, I'd have no problem with that. See what you can get for him. You're not going to re-sign him. You definitely aren't going to pay him that money. So, I mean, right? I mean, would you be mad if they trade him tomorrow?
Not at all. Like I was saying before, I mean, $6 million or whatever is left on his contract. I mean, that's not cheap. So, like, that's a starting player for next year that you could get.
Saints need a receiver. We'll give you either Keelan Cole or Jamison Crowder. There you go.
They could take Keelan Cole.
Let's see what we got here. May was terrible yesterday and the week before. Yeah, I mean I'm curious to see what kind of compensation you get can you get back the fifth rounder that you gave for Flacco?
It won't be more than that, but probably not.
Here's one primetime. Are you worried they trade Mims?
They could. I think it's a little too soon for that, especially if the Tony Pauline stuff is accurate, that the front office still really likes him. It's more the coaching staff that hasn't really got him to fit into their scheme yet. So I don't think Joe Douglas would trade him so soon.
I don't think so, especially after you saw him chase down the defender yesterday, and he's. Yeah. I don't think so. That'd be bold though. There's another one here. Has the offensive line just got better, or are we just praising Mike White or throwing Zach under the bus? The offensive line could have played well. Mike White got rid of the ball really fast, and Zach Wilson's got to learn how to get rid of the ball fast.
Combination of all three.
Zach Wilson's got to make the easy throws. That's where he's got to start right now.
Yep.
Oh, here's one prime time.
Already?
So, does anybody have the stats for John Franklin Myers, what he's done since his contract?
He doesn't have a sack. That I know. I don't think he has a pressure. I haven't seen him near the quarterback. Does he have a tackle?
I don't know. That's a Snoopy always bringing the heat.
I got to check this now.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know the answer to that question. But
All right. So the first game was the Falcon game. That was the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he actually had 3 tackles that game, 2
Okay.
assists and 1 solo. Patriot game, 1 tackle, no assist, just 1 solo tackle. And then against the Bengals, no tackles, no sacks, no nothing.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Take the money and run.
Let's see. Tickets are currently $20 a piece for Thursday's game.
That cheap?
Oh, man.
Well, the Colts are what, 3-6? Oh, shit.
Dude.
Wait, good seats? Or
We want seats behind the bench. Or even like, say,
we get
from like
videos of Salah again.
Yeah, from like 20 yard, from anywhere from like the 20 or 25 yard line, I'm down. Right, this stream is over. I'm gonna start looking. Let's see. Should the Jets trade for a tight end tomorrow? Who? Give me some names.
I mean, we keep hearing OJ Howard.
I mean, it's got to be if you're gonna make a trade, it's got to be a guy that's under contract for a few years or a guy that you're gonna extend.
Who's the other guy that was available? Recent top draft pick. I don't think it was a first round pick.
Njoku?
No. Well, he'd be nice too. Hayden Hurst. I think it was Falcons. He's a name.
Yep.
I don't know much about him.
Trade for Chris Herndon. Come on, man. OJ Howard. I mean, Gronk is hurt. He wouldn't come here. I mean, listen. If you want to trade for a tight end, more power to you, man. It's definitely a hole in the offense. Even though Tyler Kroft played well yesterday, I don't want Evan Ingram by no means. Not paying him. Don't want him. He drops way too many passes. Trade Flacco to the Broncos for Noah Fant. I wish, man. I like Noah Fant. He's got terrible quarterback there.
Why would the Broncos trade him?
Yeah, I don't know. No, we're not trading Zach Wilson. What else we got here? The 49ers aren't trading Kittle. That's the foundation of their offense. Let's see. We got. We're not gonna be trading with New England. They got four tight ends there. Leaving the Njoku alone prime time. You could have Baker.
No thanks.
Baker Mayfield. He's a rough game yesterday for him. That's gonna be an interesting situation with the Browns.
Be an interesting contract negotiation.
Trade Flacco to the Saints. I'm down with that. Get him the hell out of here. Don't need him. Trade Flacco to the Rams for the rest of the draft. They don't have any draft left. Guess Darren's down on Baker because now he wants Flacco.
Wow. That bad? Shit.
No more shaving for Salah. His beard was in prime condition today, man. He had the fresh cut, looking all dapper.
No shave November.
That's right. We got Tyson. I think Crowder provides so much utility for trick plays. I don't think we should trade him.
Elijah Moore too. He could do that though.
I mean, he's an interesting player, man. If you can make a case for it, man. I wonder what his value would be in the trade market, though. A lot of teams have injuries, man. A healthy receiver right now like him could be really valuable to like a contending team, a playoff team. And to be fair, what the Jets could say is we're doing you a solid, man. We're putting you on a winning team that's in a playoff hunt. So they can run it like, listen, we respect Crowder so much. He took a pay cut. He played by the rules. He did all the good things. And now we're letting him go chase a title or some shit. You know what I mean? You can spin that pretty easily for him, too. So
he's playing well right now, though. Yeah, like 6 catches last week, 8 this week.
Fumble. Caused an interception.
You want to focus on that.
Want to focus on 2 turnovers? Yeah, I'll focus on those if you'd like. Yeah, Flacco's got to be miserable as shit. They're not going to trade Quinn Williams. I mean, he had another big play. It's weird because you think he's doing nothing, then you see his stats, and you're like, he's on pace to do all these different things. And I'm just like, I don't.
Double-digit sack guy this year.
Yes, but sometimes he looks like he's so invisible, dude. Like, it just doesn't seem like he's making an impact.
He disappears for like large stretches, it seems like.
Yeah. He disappears more than John Franklin Myers.
That's where I wish I had time to like watch more film. Like, is he getting double teamed, or is it just like a matter of him just not getting any penetration or doing anything?
Ticketmaster has section 116 for $150 each. That's not bad.
I was just looking right now. We can even get field level, jet sideline, right around like corner end zone for $1.09.
That's not bad. They'll go down more as like probably like tomorrow, Wednesday. They'll go down even more.
Yeah, Colts aren't even in it.
Nope.
And I'm sure during the middle of the week, Jet fans aren't traveling that much.
Am I the only one who thinks we got stupid lucky? Yep, I think you are, Oscar. I think the Jets actually won the game. They played very well on all sides of the ball. When your quarterback throws for over 400 yards and 500 yards of offense, I don't think that's lucky. Lucky is when you're getting, time possessions like 3-1, the other team's favor. You have 150, yards of offense, and you score 30 points.
Yeah.
I don't think this was lucky, man. Your thoughts, prime time?
I think there were elements where they got a little bit lucky, but they also earned it.
Yeah, they earned that.
They played well enough for 60 minutes, especially on the offensive side. They were moving the ball the entire game. Defense, I think, had a few fortunate breaks that went their way. And even, at the end of the game, that penalty, you could say that was a break that went the Jets' way, but they deserve some of those things. They made some of those things happen.
Let's see. Yeah, lucky was the Titan game. Exactly. Good point. There's another good comment. There's a good comment here. Quinnen could be traded because of his contract, not poor play. Or the contract he's going to want. He's going to want a monster deal.
Can't pay everybody.
Nope. Let's see. Us fans earned that game. Man, we did our part, man. That place was rocking.
Hell yeah.
Keep LaFleur in the coach's booth forever.
Works for me.
Only can leave for bathroom. That's about it. Why don't we use a fullback, more protection for quarterback, and we can be used for more plays? So the run. Yeah, Wesco got hurt, and they don't really have anybody else. Didn't they sign a fullback to their practice squad? I don't know whatever happened to him.
Did they?
But I thought it changes so much, but I thought they did at one point. Listen, that's.
I thought like guys like Daniel Brown could like fill in there too if needed, but
yep. He's getting rid of the ball pretty quick though, so that's probably one way to offset it.
And you also you have all these other teams, and I know the Jets used to do this with like Sheldon Richardson and some other guys. Like, why not have like Quinnen Williams or somebody as your fullback if you need like
Rankins?
A few inches. Why not have him in there, lead block?
John Franklin Myers. He seems like he can.
Yeah, make him earn that contract.
Sure. Is P. Ryan injured or does he just suck? Well, he was active probably yesterday, both. Wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. He was supposed to be. If he was, we didn't see him.
Let's see. Here comes one. Trade Quinnen and May to the Raiders for Waller or to the Chiefs for. Yeah, come on, man. This isn't Madden. What are we doing here? Do a few more here.
Enough for either of those guys.
Yeah. Wesco's coming back Thursday. I think that is true. This better not be a one-night stand with how they play again. I mean, Thursday night's gonna be interesting, man. If they lay an egg, it's just that'd be heartbreaking, man. Michael Carter. I'm assuming you're talking about the running back who played very well, catching the ball, running the ball. He just competes, man. I tell you, that's my jersey, man. I think that's going to be it. If I buy him one, I think it's going to be his.
And that's where he gets hurt.
Oh, come on, man. I don't have the jinx like you have. So here's one prime time.
Wasn't your last jersey Lorenzo Malden?
And Jamal Adams. I have a signed Jamal Adams jersey. And I have Adams, May. I still have May. I refuse to wear it. I'm mad at him.
Yeah, and you got a DUI right after. So there you go.
Bryce Hall is proving every game how elite he is.
I still don't want to use that word yet.
No,
I'm getting closer. He's starting to earn a little bit more of that kind of talk, but I'm still not totally there yet.
Playing at a high level, but elite's a whole nother word, man. Like, you're gonna call him a Pro Bowl quality, Pro Bowl caliber corner yet? I'm not sure about that.
And somebody else brought up a good point too, way earlier in the chat when you were off about our corners. Like, they compete, they're competitive, but none of them, at least not yet, seem to really have like any ball skills as far as like jumping routes and playing the ball in the air, getting turned around, getting interceptions. We don't have one yet from a corner, so I think that's something we could still work on a little bit.
Our guys never stay here long term; they're traded away. Well, we kept one of our own guys. You got John Franklin Myers. I kept him.
Yeah,
crickets. If JD gets back a fifth for Flacco, if they're trading a sixth, he'll win Executive of the Year. Get Flacco out of here, man. Just get him out of here. There's no need for him. That's because I just like Josh Johnson. I think he shows plenty yesterday. Vera Tucker's playing at an all-pro level prime time. That's a lot.
All-pro?
I think he's playing well.
That's Quentin Nelson level.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's that
maybe good. I'm not sure about that. Putting Echols on Chase with no help for most of the game was a bizarre move. They did that a lot of times, man. They put these guys on islands and said, man up and go for it. I loved it. Yeah. I think it probably caught the Bengals off guard a little bit because the Jets always played that soft zone, all those different zones.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready for that.
I like Eccles, man. I do. He's learning so much. He works his ass off. He competes. He makes mistakes. They keep fighting though.
Yeah, he was my favorite corner in training camp. He looked the best of everybody.
Yep. Let's see. We got AVT is our best pick. Oof.
Could be.
I mean, I hope so where he was drafted, and you trade up for him too. So you better hope he is.
Yeah, you gave up enough for him.
Yep. The only guy on this team who I'd put in the Pro Bowl discussion is Mosley. Mosley's a good player, man. I mean, PFF keeps telling us how bad he is, but I just don't understand. I think Mosley, you got to keep Mosley's playing the way he is, and keep in mind what he's surrounded by, dude. He's by 2 linebackers that keep changing almost every day, and then a young secondary and the defensive line. I mean, it's been all right, but
speaking of PFF, did you see some of the grades from yesterday?
Oh,
Greg Van Roten was like 83, and then they had Mike White at like 68.7 or some shit. Like, what the? I'll never understand it.
This is a very important point. Vote Mike White for FedEx Air Player of the Week. And he's got to win it, man. He's just, come on. People got to vote for him. I think even like the average fan's going to root for him just because your first NFL start, 400 yards
great
passing.
Story. It's a great story.
Yeah. The Greg Van Roten, I mean, he did well. I mean, the one play was awful. I remember we both looked at each other like, what the hell is he doing? But offensive line did better, man. You got to give him all credit. I mean, this is just, it is what it is.
Yep.
Let's see. PFF is a joke. Mosley's playing like an all-pro. He definitely is. And even Salah was very, very complimentary about him today. It's almost too complimentary. I'm like, are they going to trade him? Because he's being way too nice about him.
Imagine.
Signing C.J. Mosley and drafting Quentin Williams are the only good moves by McCagnon made in his career. Oof. It's a hot take.
Well, he made the trade for DeMario Davis. He just didn't re-sign him. That was a great trade.
DeMario's playing so well, dude.
Yeah,
he's been playing all pro for the last 3 years. I'll try my best to fly over in December. Are you guys going to tailgate with me? Of course.
Sure.
Absolutely. See, we're so nice people, aren't we? Would you trade Mosley for a first or a second?
Oof. For a first?
First round picks. I mean, that's
you might have to do it for a first.
Yeah.
I don't think you would get a first for him with his contract, but it's a lot of leadership you're trading away too, though.
Yeah, he's probably one of your best players on defense, man.
That'd be tough.
He's probably one of your only. He's probably the glue right now. Let's see. Max signed Crowder. McCagnon drafted Fotokasi.
That's true. He did.
See, look at that. Everybody's defending McCagnon now. What the hell's going on in this stream? That's when you know the Jets won, man. When everybody's all bringing out all the positive shit now.
Robbie Anderson, undrafted.
Yep. I guess Robbie Anderson's worthless right now with Carolina. I think he had no catches yesterday, right?
Did he really?
I think so. I think it was bad though.
All that after the extension they gave him.
Here's a good one, primetime. If Mike White struggles Thursday but still pulls out a win, do you still consider him a better quarterback than Zach?
Well, it would have nothing to do with him being a better quarterback, but if he pulls out a win, if the Jets still win with him, he's still getting another game.
You win 2 in a row, he keeps playing.
Yeah.
And the same thing. He's a young quarterback, man. He's learning. So if they're winning with him,
yep.
Let's see. Unexpected wins are the best wins. That was definitely yesterday. Let's see. Did he get hurt? I just know he had no catches. I know that Darnold got hurt too. Oh, he got leveled. Well, that sucks. Oh, of course, then there's the more to the story. He got knocked out from a hospital pass by Darnold.
Oh, shit.
Let's see. A Leonard Williams penalty. I guess the Giants are still being the Giants. Everybody seems like they want Marcus May to be canceled. Or canceled to be traded. Let's see.
Knicks down 12. What's going on?
To the Heat? Are they playing the Heat tonight?
Toronto?
Yeah.
5 minutes left. They're down 12.
Come on. Here's one. Trade May for Robbie Anderson. Come on, man. No, there's another good one, though. Where was it? Hold on.
I see trade May for Henry Anderson.
Remember him? House Fance injury? They haven't said it. They said he said as of today, everybody's a chance to play on Thursday. I don't know if I want to see a Doga start. I'm not going to be that bold. Did Woody say it was the best game he ever saw? He should have.
No, that was the Titan game.
It's probably one of the best games I've seen in a while at that stadium, man. It's easily the last how many years?
Yeah, easily the last like 5 years. Going back to the Patriot game at least.
May for Allen Robinson. Poor Allen Robinson. I feel bad for him with the Bears.
Oh, that was his choice.
Yeah, it was his choice. He could have. Yeah. Well, they franchised him. What the hell is he supposed to do?
I thought he signed an extension there.
He got franchised, didn't he? I don't think he got a new contract there, did he?
Shit. Oh, you might be right. Can't remember shit.
Woody got one up. This was the best moment of his football career. The Knicks. I can't believe the Knicks are losing this game. I'm glad I'm not. Trade Ashton Davis for a tight end. I mean, I think there's no more.
Davis worth?
Nothing. The stadium was definitely rocking yesterday for sure. But the thing is, even if you trade for an Allen Robinson, do we really need him at this point? All the receivers we have, is that money well spent? Because you can trade for him and then you got to pay him. I mean, you already have Corey Davis, you have Elijah Moore. I'm like, how much money are you going to spend? Is that really a need? They could draft the guy next year too.
It's all about building blocks.
I haven't felt that joy since we lost to the Raiders on purpose. Dude, I haven't been that excited in the stadium. Dude, I was jumping around and fist pumping. I probably high-fived half the section yesterday. Primetime didn't know what to do.
It's good to have that feeling back, though. Like, that's how you're supposed to feel at a game. That's how it used to be every single week.
If Fant can't play, move Vera Tucker to left tackle. I hate that idea.
I wouldn't do that. No. Let him stay where he's at.
Did you see Mike White conference in the locker room talking to them, all taking pictures and everything? And he was smart, man. It's all about the team. Try to take no credit for himself. Thank the team. The stories about his parents being all emotional with the Mike White chants is a super cool story.
Yep.
It's like this is like almost like a movie, man, like a movie script, like from rags to riches. It's just, and then to walk off the field like that is awesome. As long as it translates into like more wins and more, better play.
Hell yeah.
Chiefs suck, I keep saying. So I guess the Giants are doing well.
14-10.
What a play by Lawson. I don't know. Oh, Shaq Lawson. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look at the Giant game. Dude,
he was the last guy I expected to step up late and make a play like that.
Then he fired up that tweet. Mike White is a dog, man. I'm like, oh, they're all bought in. Let's see. It's too funny how emotions get so low and then so high. First team to win in a while. Yeah, we walked in expecting absolutely nothing yesterday. We walk out just all fired up, talking about winning on Thursday and going to the game and buying a Mike White jersey and all kinds of other stuff.
But that's a great comment though, because that's just it shows like how where we're at as fans. Like just one win with a backup quarterback, and look how it's like we've been waiting so long just for a little something to be excited about, a little direction from the team. We've been losers for 10 years straight. So like any little bit of progress, any little bit of hope, like we're all about it.
Winning is the ultimate deodorant, dude. I'm telling you, the ultimate deodorant. We've already forgot about that 41-point loss. We already forgot about it. Like, oh, we won. That's it. We're back on track.
And then
2-5.
Thursday,
we're back on track.
And then they lose Thursday, and then it's
we hate everybody.
It's solid one and done, and we're back to those conversations. So
you're only as good as your last performance, man. That's the way this is, especially with this. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm not gonna lie. I do the same shit. The Jets can't beat the most average teams in the league, but they beat the best teams in the AFC. And they beat two of the best teams for sure.
That means they're going to beat Buffalo.
And this is a good, and Clancy with the great response. We got two of the better wins in the league and the worst loss.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, shit. So that's true, right? As you think about it. That's a really good point, to be honest with you. We'll do a couple more. I'll wrap this up. Zach needs to earn his position.
I agree. Completely agree.
Yeah, completely agree. And so tomorrow night, prime time, we're going to do viewers are coming on.
Yep.
Oh, got one more here. I missed this shit. I think we have the single most underrated running back room in the league. Woof.
Wow.
In all of the NFL, so Michael Carter and and Ty Johnson.
I like both of them, but I completely disagree with that.
In the league? In all the NFL?
There are so many good running backs out there.
There's so many good running back tandems.
Look at Zeke and Tony Pollard last night.
Look at the Cowboys, man.
Even Packers, A.J. Dillon, the way he was running it was the Thursday night game. I think the Packers were on.
The Raiders guys. I mean, there's some good running back groups, man.
The Browns when they're healthy with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I mean, I love the excitement around the Jets, but that take is a little bit. It's a little bit
Bills
much.
got Zach Moss and Devin.
Yeah, he said underrated, but I don't think they're underrated, dude. I think they're good, but they're not like, we will definitely do a Friday show because after Thursday, so could do that. Yeah, he said underrated, but even I don't think it's underrated though. I think they're good, but I don't think there's a lot of good running back groups all throughout the NFL though. I don't think that's.
I'm just saying, like the same names are like AJ Dillon. Nobody really talks about him. Tony Pollard.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really talks about him. Like there's a lot of really good backup running backs out there that don't really get a lot of credit. So,
yep. All right. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. This podcast is underrated. That I agree with. We are definitely underrated.
Close the show.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Tomorrow night, 8:30.